Hello, SNA fans. And normally, I would do these wrestling news videos in tomorrow afternoon, but I remember on my schedule I had to help a relative on tomorrow morning to afternoon, and I'm not sure if I'll have any time to do these SNA podcasts tomorrow, owing into the evening when I'm doing my SmackDown and not Collision Rampage review. But I'm not sure I'll be back in time, so I want to be on the safe side, and that's two. And I have two reasons why I'm here tonight. And one of them being because of that, and two, I had some spare time on my plate, so I decided to go on to my computer and turn on my webcam to do the SNA podcast, which is episode 103, I believe. Three, yeah. 102, no, 102, my apologies. It's 102, 103, and 104 is going to be tomorrow night when I'm doing a SmackDown and Rampage review. Make sure I check that out tomorrow night. Excuse me. But anyways, I will be talking about the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you guys need to know. And also, it'll be my 30th, part 30th wrestling news report that I'm doing to this SNA series. But we're going to start off with some CM Punk news. That CM Punk drops cryptic message news about his absence being felt. And it says right here, CM Punk is currently a free agent in the pro wrestling world, but there is no shortage of rumors about where he will end up next. Now, it appears that he is having even more fun with things by dropping a message that some could interpret as a tad passive aggressive. And it says right here, a number of people are really talking about CM Punk's next move in pro wrestling after AEW fired him. And then Eric Bischoff even bet his hair that CM Punk won't make a return to WWE in 2024 when MJF is going to possibly make his WWE debut. But he said, still fans keep thinking that they see teases of CM Punk's return to the company every week on Raw. CM Punk added more fuel to the fire as he logged onto Instagram, and he dropped a story with a very cryptic message saying, "It seems that someone is missing him now, but he wasn't about to name who." By the way, I'm reading the wrestling news articles from Ringside News. If for you curious viewers to wondering what exactly, I forgot to say that on my introduction. I wish an apology for you guys onto that. But anyways, it says Dynamite viewers or not. But yeah, what do you think about the CM Punk? These CM Punk references from WWE, especially on Monday Night Raw, with the likes of Shinsuke Nakamura, Becky Lynch, and even Seth Rollins saying, cry yourself a river, because that's a catchphrase he never said before. Like, in his whole entire wrestling career, like, it's obvious regardless he got it from Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Whether if he was referencing CM Punk or not, he just probably thought of saying that in the line to Drew McIntyre, saying, "You lost everything," like even losing to Roman Reigns at Clash of the Castle last year in Cardiff, Wales. Like, oh boy, cry yourself a river. I was like, yeah, I even thought of that, putting two to two together. That's definitely a Jungle Boy Jack Perry reference. Well, he don't go by Jungle Boy, just Jack Perry, his real name. But anyway, when he took a shot at CM Punk when he went on screen, he was like, I use this is real glass. Cry yourself a river, which CM Punk told him not to use real glass, but he did it anyways just to annoy Punk and in a rebellious manner, which I'm not sure what was the point of doing that. Like, you're going to damage yourself at the end of the day. Like, if you're not trying to get some revenge onto the Chicago-made star, like, and especially using the real glass on them like that, like, it's not gonna get you nowhere or make your statement make your statement a good point, I should say, like the best way to describe it. But yeah, there's so many references like that, and then even Shinsuke Nakamura's like, "Where you at?" and then referring to a guy that no one's not sure is he talking about. So there's two wrestlers that he could be referring to for a WWE return. It could be number one, Randy Orton, from his long year and a half awaited return since his back injury back in last May. Like during his match, teaming with his RK Bro tag team partner when they were the Raw tag team champions at the time, Matt Riddle, against the Usos for the SmackDown tag team champions for both Raw and SmackDown tag titles for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. Or it could be CM Punk, like that could make his long 9.5 long year return, like, or 9 3/4 year return, I should say, because it's like 2 months away from being his 10-year anniversary of walking out of WWE. But what y'all think about this matter? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna move on to the we got some reasons why Fox decided to pull the plug on WWE SmackDown, saying WWE fans were a bit shocked to discover that Fox is losing SmackDown in 2024. The Blue brand will move back to USA, except on Fridays, which also puts a lot of questions out there about Raw and NXT's future, although we are still waiting to hear about the Red brand in WWE's Tuesday show, which is NXT, of course. We know what went wrong with Fox with these reasons right here. It says Fox's partnership with WWE is set to conclude, and the reason behind the separation lies in the inability to meet the anticipated advertising targets. WWE SmackDown is preparing to exit Fox in the upcoming year, and it says marking the end of a 4-year collaboration, about to be 5, of course, because they said they're about to leave Fox. SmackDown's about to leave Fox entirely when they move back to USA in October of 2024, when possibly MJF is there. But anyways, yeah, the USA Network's gonna move Raw back to the move SmackDown back to their network, except this time it will be on Fridays rather than Tuesdays or Thursdays. But yeah, anyways, what else it says, like in the upcoming, oh yeah, like in this initiated in 2019, signs of a strained relationship had been noticeable for some time, as SmackDown's absence from a 2024 scheduled promotion earlier this year hinted at underlining issues during the 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 Q1 2024 Fox earnings, and it says right here, comp, conf, conference from the 2024 Fox earning conference call, like of launch of what's the name, launch La, 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 LaClan Murdoch, like the Fox's CEO, and the son of media Mongol Robert Murdoch, like el- elaborated on the factors contributing to SmackDown's departure from the network. While SmackDown may have fallen short of Fox's advertising expectations, its ad space remained highly valuable. Recent reports disclosed an increase in the cost of advertising during SmackDown broadcast, contrasting with a significant decline in ad space value for other shows. And he said, we were not hitting the advertising numbers due to the audience of the WWE to return for our return on investment to be above the levels that we would accept. But also, we didn't attrib- at, at, attribute attribute enough significant retransmission revenue to the WWE either. And it's as SmackDown traditions away from Fox, it will make its return to the USA Network, where it resigned it from 2016 to 2019. This move comes as part of a substan a sub a substantial $1.4 billion deal with NBC Universal, which includes the introduction of quarterly primetime specials on NBC. WWE CEO Nick Khan expressed his enthusiasm for this new collaboration, highlighting NBC Universal's long-standing partnership with WWE over the years. Meanwhile, the USA Network continues to be the home of the NXT and WWE's Monday Night Raw brand. It's that we will have to see this plans out, because you never know what can happen in the complicated world of television deals. Rights deals. Keep checking back with Ringside News for more on this and many other stories. It says, "What's your take on are we leaving Fox?" Okay, yeah, but I should say that in my own proper way. I was like, "What do you think about SmackDown leaving Fox next October? Are you happy that it's moving back to USA on Friday, except on Friday nights, or do you think it should have stayed on Fox because it was getting more ratings? Because for the fact that every sporting event is known to be successful on that channel, like alongside football and what's that called? and rugby and golf and name it. Just keep naming it on the list. Like, and even bull riding, the bull riding sport that comes on like Saturdays and Sundays, and many on. Like, y'all let me know down in the comments below. I'm with y'all to be the judge of that into the comments section. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the next news as we got some Eric Rowan with a W, not an M, upside down M even. Eric Rowan disclosed Bray Wyatt's intentions for a WWE Wyatt family reunion. And it says, according to this article on Ringside News, about the former Wyatt family member of with Bray Wyatt returned to WWE television during Extreme Rules last year after being released in 2021. There were a lot of things he wanted to do after returning, but that would never happen as he unfortunately passed away. I'm still continuing those condolences and rest in peace to the Eater of Worlds. But anyways, back in August, that said, Bray Wyatt wanted to involve Eric Rowan in a Wyatt family reunion before his passing. And it said right here, Bray Wyatt's sudden passing at the tender age of 36 sent shockwaves through fans and in the professional wrestling community. It has been more than 2 months, but the pain still lingers on for those who loved him deeply. But while speaking on the Insight with Chris Van Vliet podcast, Eric Rowan revealed that he and Bray Wyatt talked about having a Wyatt family reunion in the future, as Bray Wyatt wanted to involve Rowan in WWE. He said, "Wyndham talked to me about wanting to involve me, but you know, it's all about timing and places and story, of course." I shouldn't have said of course, but anyways, and what works best for the company, and it's not all an individual's decision. And it says, so yeah, we've had conversations about like things we like to do and like stuff in the future, but like life life happens and things happen and unfortunate things happen that are way more important than anything to do with a fictional wrestling that we do. Eric Rowan was also a part of Bray Wyatt's tribute show after his passing. Regardless, Bray Wyatt's contributions to the world of professional wrestling will never be will never be forgotten, and that is unlikely to ever change. But yeah, that's sad. We cannot get back to Eater of Worlds and what could have happened if he hadn't passed. And yeah, I've even talked about that on the tribute show of SmackDown with him and Terry Funk, talking about a couple of things about him, and remember watching Bray Wyatt for the past 10 years, but I cannot believe he's gone. Like, one of the most decorated and creative guys and the most lovable guys inside in the backstage locker room, like possibly, of course. And what would, and I'm thinking right now by reading this article, like what could have been like if he stayed still alive? Like, we probably would have saw a newer emerging version of the Wyatt family. Like, what if you had Braun Strowman and Eric Rowan and some other members. Like, unfortunately, they couldn't do Luke Harper because he sadly passed 3 years prior before Bray Wyatt's tragic passing. And I want to send the condolences. Once again, I want to send my deepest condolences for like the 5,000th time to the Wyatt and Harper's family and friends at the sad, difficult. I would say not difficult, sad and heartbreaking times for the family and friends of theirs, and for the wrestling community, of course, too. But what do you think about this? What perhaps we would have saw a reunion of the Wyatt family if Wyatt was still alive? Like, sound off in the comments below. But do it in a more tributing, respectful manner, of course. Yeah. Even for you negative Nancy viewers, right? And that's out there watching this too. But anyways, we're gonna move on to the next news, which it's some Grayson Waller news now. It shades Grayson Waller shades Cristiano Ronaldo, I believe. I think he's a soccer player. Cristiano Ronaldo ahead of WWE Crown Jewel. He said, and it says right here, according to this article, Grayson Waller has established himself as one of the most annoying heels in all of WWE right now. Waller is no stranger to going after celebrities, and now he decided to take a shot at Cristiano Ronaldo just before Crown Jewel this week. And he said and it says right here, the Crown Jewel Premium Live event will be taking place on November 4th in Saudi Arabia, which I'm going to be doing a review in the afternoon for that, like as soon as Crown Jewel is over. Make sure y'all check that out Saturday afternoon, I believe. But I'm going to be talking about what went down and how much it should be rated, like into the star ratings, I should say. Like, do it a little Dave Meltzer kind of style, like be like that kind of critic and journalist, but not trying to be too critical. Like, I'll be more of a positive Pete, like my homeboy Simon Miller. But anyways, we'll have plenty of time for that, like in a day and a half from now. But anyways, we're gonna talk more about the Australian star. Took to Twitter and made it clear that he believes soccer is a mediocre sport and that it is a flop. He took it to the next level and using a GIF, a GIF of legendary soccer player Cristiano Ronaldo. And it says WWE is already discussing adding Grayson Waller to the Crown Jewel event. Waller's hosting the Grayson Waller effect with Cristiano Ronaldo as his guest would certainly be an amazing moment. So we'll have to see if that will happen in the end. And what do you think about this? About Grayson Waller taking a shot at the legendary soccer player? And do you think he's gonna have him as a special guest onto the Grayson Waller effect, like a rare edition of the Grayson Waller effect on a premium live event pay-per-view, something like this at a Crown Jewel, like, which is very rare to him to have, especially like if he's not gonna be wrestling on the card onto the premium live event. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. I think it probably will happen, and we'll have some kind of an angle, which I don't think they have a match of Survivor Series, perhaps, probably somewhere down the line. But yeah, also what also says on this article, like, he's no stranger of taking aim at celebrities, because he recently was talking trash onto Travis Kelce, the Kansas City Chiefs tight end, and challenged him at WrestleMania in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for the 40th anniversary of the Showcase of the Immortal. of trying to earn the honor of Taylor Swift and her Swiftie fans. And then that's a funny coincidence because Travis Kelce's brother is Jason Kelce plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, and which I think Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce just recently played against each other at the Super Bowl and from this past February. But that's a story for another day. We'll talk about that when I soonly start my football videos. But anyways. But yeah, he probably will have his, like I said before, and I'll say it again. If Travis Kelce faced the Aussie icon, we probably will see the Aussie icon have Austin Theory on his corner, while Travis possibly will have his brother on his corner to back him up into this match. Who will take the honor of, who will earn the honor of Taylor Swift and her fans. But yeah, only time will tell for that. But also, same with Cristiano Ronaldo too. But yeah, like what has me thinking, and I couldn't help but notice that Grayson Waller is picking a lot of enemies with these sports athletes, like these celebrity sports athletes, I should say. And I don't know why. Like, even though he's trying to do it for some friendly competition, but dang, like it's not going to look good when you face these guys in the ring. Well, I would say definitely Kelce, because he's one big dude. But yeah. But anyways, let's move on to the next news. We got some Ric Flair news now as the Nature Boy expresses some skepticism about wrestling return in AEW. And it says right here, Ric Flair's legendary name is known for a lot of things, especially when it comes to taking insane bumps despite his age. He is now officially part of the AEW family, and this made fans wonder whether he would actually wrestle. Flair has now revealed that he doubts he will ever wrestle in AEW. Ric Flair finally got the chance to retire on his own terms last year. The Nature Boy teamed with his son-in-law Andrade El Idolo and faced Jay Lethal and his uncle Jeff Jarrett on July 31st, 2022, in Ric Flair's last ever match. And I remember hearing that all over the wrestling news on YouTube. I was like, what? Ric Flair's going to return in the ring? But it was at this little independent wrestling promotion that this independent wrestling promoter did to honor Ric Flair's last final match of him coming out of retirement. Like with him teaming with his son-in-law, Andrade El Idolo, which is the husband of Charlotte Flair, of course, like taking on Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, like from AEW. Well, this was right before Jeff Jarrett joined AEW, but they teamed. The reason why Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal teamed together at that time because they had some history from them as teammates, as tag team partners, for the fact that that simple fact from their TNA days, of course. But Ric Flair and Andrade won that match, and it looks like it won't be having a rematch at AEW anytime soon, according to this report, though. Like when him is saying saying after his final match, fans wondered if Flair would ever compete again. Flair made his debut in AEW last year and even went on to sign multi-year deal with the company today. Naturally, fans are now wondering if he will finally compete again inside the squared circle. Speaking to Mike Johnson, at PW Insider, Ric Flair his talking about how his deal with AEW come together. The Nature Boy then revealed that he will never wrestle in the company, is still able to take bumps whenever necessary. Of course, he said, "No, I don't know. I will if you're asking me if I want to. I I have I have to be careful what I say because it never comes out the right way, which that's very true when he explained this to Mike Johnson, because his first two retirements, one from WWE and the other from TNA, it didn't really last forever. Like he eventually tried to come out of retirement for like the 75th time in a row, and hopefully that's not a reference of his age, because that's not until next year when MJF's in WWE. But anyways, he also said, "I just made it very clear to everybody that I can take bumps. I have a doctor's release to do anything I want, like like that. Do I think I'll wrestle again? No. Would I like to? Obviously, I'm never gonna to say no." And it said right here, Sting will be having his final match at AEW Revolution. This is what it says right here on this article. After the documentations of Ric Flair's words on that interview with Mike Johnson. But anyways, that Revolution next year, where Ric Flair will be with him for the whole journey. We will have to wait and see how the Nature Boy will be used by AEW in the coming weeks. And what do you think about Ric Flair wrestle again? And yeah, what do you think? This is all just an elaborate trick, like with Ric Flair pretending that he's not going to retire, only for him to have his probably one and only match in AEW against the Stinger? And in my opinion, do I think it's considered a dream match? Yeah, from like decades ago, I'll say, especially in the early years in WCW. But I wouldn't say now in AEW. I'll say, I mean, it sort of will be it sort of kind of is a dream match. Like even for both men, where can take bumps. Like Ric Flair's in the 70s, while Sting is in the 60s. Like, and they still taking bumps like if they're still in their 30s. But what do y'all think about this matter? Like, do you think Ric Flair is telling the truth and he's serious about he's staying retired this time and he cannot wrestle ever again after having this final match last year, or do you think that that Sting is gonna do you think he's gonna be Sting's final opponent at AEW Revolution, or do you think somebody else is, like an MJF and or Kenny Omega, or even name it, or even Darby Allin himself, like his own tag partner? Like, just sound off in the comment section right down below. We're going to move on to the next news. We got some more Ric Flair news now, as it says he doesn't believe there's resentment in WWE over his AEW move. And he said two-time WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair's contributions to the world of professional wrestling cannot be understated. That said, he parted ways with WWE a while ago, and fans wondered if he would ever go to AEW last week. And I mean, went to it's gonna be not. I mean, fans were wondering. Fans were wondering if he will ever go to a major pro wrestling promotion ever again, and he would end up joining AEW uh, last week on. And now Flair made it clear that he doubts anyone in WWE have any big have some bad has some bad grudges has some begrudges him for joining AEW, of course. But so that's why I hear Ric Flair previously made it clear that doubt he would be returning to WWE in the foreseeable future. The that because more clear after he debuted on AEW Dynamite last week, shocking fans all over the world. And while speaking to Variety, Ric Flair addresses any possible bad blood between WWE and himself following his AEW debut. Flair made that he doubts anyone in WWE beg, beg, begrudges begrudges him for joining AEW. This is what he had to say. I don't know anybody at WWE begrudges me. I've earned their respect and I respect them. I haven't heard one negative word from anybody over there because I think they feel I've earned the right to go out and do what I want to do. Ric Flair also signed a multi-year deal with All Elite Wrestling, so he will be sticking with the company for a long run. It remains to be seen how the Nature Boy will continue to be utilized in the company and in the coming months. And what do you think about the Nature Boy? Nature Boy still having respect from those in WWE. Do you think they're happy for him, or do you think they're upset with the 16-time world champion? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. I think I believe them because there's no like when he left WWE, there was no beef. Like he just left on his own terms, which was back in 2021, and it seemed like he was going to join AEW from that then, at least being Andrade's manager, because obviously that's his son-in-law. And but that plane ride from hell documentary series from Dark Side of the Ring had to air on Vice TV, and it showed like some inappropriate things, like with him. Talk about very inappropriate stuff about Ric Flair making a flight attendant touch a place that you should never touch into a man unless you're his wife, of course. But yeah, but now this year, 2 years later, when that controversy ended, like Ric Flair can join All Elite Wrestling in peace without having a bad reputation, and it looks like it was the similar scenario with Edge joining AEW as Adam Copeland. Like there was no beef with WWE or no heat beef or no hating differences with neither of the parties, I should say. Like it was actually supportive, like on his decision, like just like Adam Copeland, like. And what do you think about that from the statement that Ric Flair made on the Variety podcast? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're going to move on to the next wrestling news, which we're going to be talking about Some Crown Jewel news now as WWE Crown Jewel potential outcomes exposed. It says the WWE Crown Jewel scheduled for November 4th in Saudi Arabia, and the event features various high stakes match with betting odds attached to them. Like naturally, some fans are going to put down real money in those predetermined matches, and now we have the latest odds. It's just right here on the betting on Bet Online. Noted the latest betting odds for WWE Crown Jewel. There are some matches where favorites are very clear, but others where the result of the match is very much expected. And it says in the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns is the strong favorite with odds of negative 5,000 bets left, and the 1 to 50 indicating a 98% chance of winning. With his opponent LA Knight has odds of positive 900 betting odds left, with 9-1 chances of winning. And for the betting odds for the World Heavyweight Championship match, Seth Rollins holds the advantage with odds of a negative 400 left, in the 1 to 4 suggesting an 80% likelihood of victory. Well, Drew McIntyre is the underdog with odds of the positive 250 left, in the 5 to 2 suggests that he's the underdog, of course. And what do you think about these betting odds? Like, who's gonna win these matches? Y'all let me know down right in the comments below. And they got a couple more right here. We got singles match with Cody Rhodes has been said betting odds of a negative 700 left, and 1 to 7, giving him a 87.5% chance of winning. Where Damian Priest is the underdog, the odds of 400, a positive 400 betting are still available with a 4 to 1. And then we got John Cena, like in the John Cena versus Solo match. It's they're both competitors. They're both competitors. It's even. It has been even odds, like with a negative 120 to 5 to 6 chance of either one could be the victor between the face that runs the place and the greatest of all time against the Bloodlines enforcer, which I believe John Cena will win because he really needs this win. And yeah, he don't lose any momentum or even stardom and star power as a wrestler, but he just needs to win. It just needs to break the streak of not winning a singles match, which hopefully he does win and breaks it at this Saturday. But what y'all's betting odds on that match alongside the World Heavyweight Championship match, Damian Priest and Cody Rhodes match, LA Knight against Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins against Drew McIntyre? Comment down below what your betting odds are on for this coming Saturday. And then we got some Ricochet and Samantha Irvin news now, as Ricochet expresses interest in Samantha Irvin having an OnlyFans account. And it says right here, Ricochet is viewed as one of the best in-ring competitors in WWE. Who like like hold like 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 hold who whose current run in the company has we have re, has has revitalized his career. He is also engaged to be married to Samantha Irving, and now Ricochet stated that he in his bank account wishes Irving had an OnlyFans. And it says right here, Ricochet had WWE announcer Samantha Irving have been dating since 2021, and they are undoubtedly one of WWE's best couples so far, as their relationship was even part of of a couple of storylines this year. A, a fan recently took to Twitter and commented on a video featuring Samantha Irving, where the fan stated that he is tired of Irvin and Ricochet. Irvin, and demanded that WWE stop showing Irvin in people's faces, a- adding that she is was it promoting an OnlyFans account. And then it says right here, and then this is their response saying, "Stop shoving." This is where the fan said, "Stop shoving her in our faces," which he referred her as Samantha the Bomb is. Yeah, into the social media, and said is promoting of in her accounts, like everywhere. Stop it already. Ricochet saw the fan's tweet and decided to reply to it, as he stated that he in his bank account wished Irvin had an OnlyFans due to all the money she could have made using the platform, saying, "Believe me and my bank account wishes she had an off of had an off had it of habit of with some dollar signs like into the emoji face." But yeah, it says Ricochet and Samantha Irving are also set to get married soon enough. Regardless, Ricochet has a right to his opinion, and fans have simply accepted that fact, as it is his relationship. And what do you think about this fan complaining about Samantha Irvin is everywhere when it comes to the topic of ring announcers and even Ricochet, like in general? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And do you agree or disagree with that fan? Which I would slightly disagree with the fan, because she's not showing up all the time everywhere when it comes to anything WWE topics. I get like she hardly be mentioned about anything. The only job she's doing is announcing the wrestlers in their match or the upcoming match or segment on Monday Night Raw, because she's the Monday Night Raw ring announcer, while Mike Rome is the SmackDown ring announcer, which I think they exchanged their positions, because I believe a year ago, in the beginning of this year, Samantha Irvin was on SmackDown and Mike Rome was on Raw. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this fan's opinion. But yeah, obviously I disagree with the fan. And what do you think about Samantha Irvin possibly starting an OnlyFans? Like, would you be one of her subscribers, or do you think she's better off just announcing on WWE Monday Night Raw television? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And I wish them the better into their, and I wish them the better for both Ricochet, the Triple Crown mid card champion, and his ring announcer's fiance. Like, wish them the best in their future life, like being together forever. Hopefully that will be the case, of course. But anyways, we got some Heath news now, as WWE had different in initial had some initial idea for Heath Slater's return. And it says right here, according to this article, that WWE has released many of people over the past few years. The the pandemic saw a lot of firings, and some of them were surprising surprising cuts, despite his veteran status on the roster. Heath Slater was one of those releases, but but he he made return to WWE for a segment with Drew McIntyre on Raw with zero fans present. And it said in the notes on Fightful's paywall from Sean Ross Sapp, upcoming interview with Heath Slater, it it was noted that WWE had different plans for Heath Slater short short return to the company following his release. And it says Drew McIntyre was on a WWE World Title storyline in the time at the time, and Heath Slater showed up to really add some history to things. The things this was supposed to include a bit more, but Heath Slater only got a 1 week return, and then this is what he told Fightful going on to the WWE shortly after his WWE release to work with Drew McIntyre, that he did not want to. He said it took Drew about a week and a half to talk him into it. And that's what he had to say. He's like, he said the WWE wanted him to do the WWE promo with Drew McIntyre, work a match with Dolph Ziggler, and helped Drew win a match. He said he ended up only doing the promo with Drew, and that was it. Heath had a long run in WWE before he was released during the pandemic blacklist of mass release. He didn't want to make that return so soon, but he did it for his old stablemate Drew McIntyre. But we can only hope that appearance on Raw won't be the last time fans see him. He recently left Impact Wrestling, and while he holds no ill will toward them, he is now a free agent. Only time will tell if his role sees him return to WWE. And do you think, and it's been noted from a previous news report that Heath Slater's Impact Wrestling contract recently expired after working the Impact Bound for Glory, I believe, event. The recent Bound for Glory event, his contract expired and he officially became a free agent. Do you think, is he gonna rejoin WWE and make a huge return with the Stanford-based promotion? Do you think he's gonna go to another wrestling promotion besides WWE, like whether if it's pro or in the indies, like, or do you think he's gonna take a break from the squared circle for a while? Excuse me. But anyways, y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna move on to some more news, which is we got some absent WWE SmackDown superstar expected to end television hiatus. And it says right here, according to this article, WWE has a lot of plans in place for a number of superstars, but sometimes the talent just doesn't fit into the right place at first after his call up from the main roster into the WWE. I mean, call up from NXT to the WWE main roster. Odyssey Jones hasn't been seen much, and some fans are wondering what is going on with Odyssey Jones. It's going on with him. It says fans were a bit surprised to hear that Odyssey Jones was moved to SmackDown from Raw after he never did anything on the Red brand. Still, his absence from television continued, and fans are still waiting to see him again. According to a PW Insider reported that they were asked about Odyssey Jones' status with WWE at this point, following his quiet move to SmackDown. Odyssey Jones' absence from television is expected to end soon enough. And this is what the PW Insider had to say. We are asked about an elite an elite about Odyssey Jones. He was quietly moved to SmackDown like a while back. Jones has not been on the road recently, but we are told that is expected to change. And it says, we will have to see what is next for Odyssey Jones. He is a big man who has a ton of potential. He also holds a ton of charisma and the ability to entertain crowd at this point. It might just be a waiting a waiting a waiting game. What's your take on Odyssey Jones in WWE? What should the company do with him at this point? But he got called up to the main roster in the draft, supposedly being drafted the Raw, but he never made no kind of appearance, not even dark matches. And they had to switch him to SmackDown, which he had plenty of numerous dark matches at first until He's been absent lately, and it looks like they're finally going to use him at this time. And what do you think they're going to have planned for the former NXT star? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Rumor has it that he could be the newest edition of the Bobby Lashley version of the Hurt Business with the Street Profits. And do you think that's going to be the case, or is he going to be on his own? Y'all let me know down in the comments below about that as well. We're gonna move on. We got some Grayson Waller news now as the Aussie icon WWE discussing Grayson Waller addition to Crown Jewel card. And it says right here, Grayson Waller has also been given some great opportunities in WWE since his main roster call-up. He may have been the final name called in the 2023 supplemental draft, but he hit the ground running on the SmackDown roster. It says right here, WWE has had a lot of plans right now, and it appears that some superstar are being positioned to carry quite a load in the future. Grayson Waller got started with a bang on SmackDown, and his new partner Austin Theory is also in a very good standing with Triple H at this point as well. He may just get a spot on the Crown Jewel card after all. According to PW Inside, the PW Insider reports that WWE is internally baiting around the idea of giving Grayson Waller a spot on the Crown Jewel card. It wasn't noted what he would do, but a Grayson Waller segment in Saudi Arabia could be possible. And what do you think about that? And we talked about this. It could be the Grayson Waller effect. And do you think he's gonna have the special guest of Cristiano Ronaldo? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Only time will tell. We're just gonna have to wait and see in about a day and a half from now to see what exactly is gonna go down onto the latest premium live event of Friday Night not Friday Night SmackDown. The latest premium live event of Crown Jewel. And we got some Liv Morgan injury update news now as Liv Morgan returns to WWE in limbo as injury persists. And it says right here, in the rough and tumble world of professional wrestling injuries, I'm afraid in the rough and tumble world of professional wrestling, injuries are like uninvited guests at a party. Liv Morgan is currently in the spotlight for all of the right reasons. Her battle against a nagging shoulder injury and her relentless quest to step back into the ring, wrestling fans worldwide are itching to know the latest on her recovery and when she'll make her grand return. It says Liv Morgan has been forced to sit on the sideline due to her pec shoulder injury. her pesky, I should say, due to her pesky shoulder injury. My apologies. And fans have been holding their breath, eagerly her awaiting her epic return. But it seems the road to recovery is still widening. A trusted WWE source spilled spilled the beans on Liv Morgan's ongoing struggle with the aftermath of this injury, which has kept her out has kept her out of the squared circle of what feels like it like an eternity. Navigating te- the teacher's path that that re- that rehabilitation isn't for the faint of heart, especially when you're a pro athlete who relies on peak physical condition. According to PW Insider, Liv Morgan might be making her way way back to Birmingham, Alabama, this month for a crucial evolution. Evolution. The wrestling world is holding its collective breath, holding. I mean, hoping, not holding, hoping for positive news, and said by PW Insider's report. But let's be clear, returning to the ring after a shoulder injury isn't a decision made on a whim, made into a whim, especially in the WWE. The company takes its superstars will be will be in serious motoring motoring that recovery that that the diligently recovery diligently to ensure they're fit to deliver performances. Fans can expect Liv Morgan's upcoming evolution is a match or I mean is a make or break moment. I said match, make or break moment, determining uh, when the when the WWE universe can witness her triumphant return. And it says right here, the big question, one uh, on everyone's minds is when will Liv Morgan makes her long-awaited comeback. Unfortunately, a specific date has not been the uncertain has been uncertain. Add to the drama and anticipation surrounding injuries are a unwelcome part of the wrestling game. And Liv Morgan's shoulder setback has tested her her metal. I be but she's not one to back down. Her under unwavering de- de- uh, dedication to her craft and her burning desire to step back into WWE spotlight are qualities that make her a true champion as she heads to Birmingham, Alabama for her crucial uh, uh, evolution. Fans are crossing their fingers for positive news and a speedy recovery. What what are your thoughts on Liv Morgan? Morgan's journey to recovery and her potential return to the WWE ring as a fan. How much are you looking forward to in comeback leave? Even okay, but yeah, she's been injured for the past few months, like whether it feels May or June. I forget when exactly she lost. No, it was July when she sustained that injury. This is where Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville won the tag title, only for Sonya Deville to get injured, and she had to have Piper Niven to take her place, which Sonya Deville confirms that they are cursed because every bad thing happens. I do think that we will see the golden we will we will I mean not to go we will see the former SmackDown Women's Champion uh, uh, coming back soon, but we don't know when. We just need to give her goodwill wishes, and I'm gonna tell you personally, Liv Morgan, I wish you the speedy recovery, and hopefully you are watching this SNA podcast. But anyway, let's move on to the next news now. As we got some phenomenal AJ Styles news. As expected, WWE return date is coming up soon, and it says right here, AJ Styles was written off television after he was attacked backstage by Jimmy Uso, and he was slated to be John Cena's partner for a while, but then LA Knight picked up that spot. Styles' return is coming soon, and he said then later. And it says right here, Ringside News exclusively reports that that we were that by told by a tenured member of the of a creative team, and that AJ Styles will be back soon. That being said, this will be not be another 6. That will be another 6 month stretch without the phenomenal one at all. I should say the phenomenal one at all. PW Insider reports that AJ Styles is supposed to be back on November 10th as SmackDown makes their way to Columbus, Ohio. It appears that he will be back on a regular basis. Y'all let me. But what do you think about AJ Styles' return? Do you think it's gonna be this month, like anytime near, like before or after Survivor Series, or do you think you're gonna keep him? They're gonna keep the phenomenal out for another month, like because he lost at in 2021 with sorry my bad, like with AJ Styles being long after, you'll probably expect him to get some kind of revenge onto the bloodline, which I believe he will. And what do you think about this? Like, is he possibly going to be Roman Reigns' opponent at the Royal Rumble for the Undisputed Championship? Only time will tell. But yeah, We we got some Dolph Ziggler news now. Is his first public event after WWE termination announced, and it says right here, Dolph Ziggler was one of the best in-ring competitors in WWE, but what was released from the contract back in September. While fans were shocked by his release, Ziggler is clearly making moves already as he is plugging his first public appearance after his WWE released. And it says right here back in September, he had several WWE superstars that, like including Dolph Ziggler, were released from the company following endeavors uh, acqui- acquisition, acquisition, I should say, acquisition. Fans believe few of those stars would benefit AEW, and that especially includes that includes Ziggler, as report suggests AEW has an interest in the show off. The the former WWE superstar looked to his Instagram and uploaded um, has uploaded a video where he plugged in he plugged his first public appearance after his WWE released at as part of a Hulkamania on November 16th, which is a comedy for it will take place in Los Angeles in the in at the lyrics, like, and this is what they have to say, like, said Hulkamania is coming back to Los Angeles, and he said, "Baby, that's right." Thursday, November 16th, at the at the lyrics, uh, at the lyric in between a huge week of Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. Thursday night, I will be making my very first public appearance since becoming a free agent. And then this is what Ringside News had to say, saying Dolph Ziggler has also topped AEW's wish list for new sightings. Regardless, Dolph Ziggler will keep himself busy with his comedy tour until until he decide till decides where is will go next, and fans are just glad he is doing something he likes. And what do you think about Dolph Ziggler, about this news of this event going to happen in November 16th? And hopefully, the young man's doing better. He recently, unfortunately, got released back in 2000 in September this year in 2023, and yeah, and and then no one has the last time I've seen Dolph Ziggler in WWE. He lost to JD or not, neither lost to JD Madonna. It was a draw into a double count out, I believe. And then, anyways, but JD Madonna beat him down. But Yeah, that's the last time we saw him. And this says all. It also said in was it December or just November about it, him and his brother Ryan Nemeth are going to have a comedy tour. It's going to be a holiday comedy tour, and how you guys are gonna impress the stand up comedy fans. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Hopefully, y'all do successfully great. We're going to move on to the next news, which is we got some Bianca Belair and some Montez Ford news about their Hulu reality show gets release date. And it says right here, according to this article, WWE provides their talent with a great platform to make a mark in pop culture. A few of them have landed reality TV shows uh, already, and now Montez Ford and Bianca Belair are set to join them on Hulu. Has how confirmed the has how confirmed release date uh, for for the WWE Power Couple's new show. And it says right here, Bianca Belair and Montez Ford are filming their new reality TV show. A while ago, many fans were wondering when that footage would see all the light all the light of day. Uh, the cameras were apparently getting close in their personal lives, and also documented them on the road. It says right here, Bianca Belair and Montez Ford are one of the many WWE couples. The Miz and Maurice already have their own show on the USA Network, and with the Miz and my bad, my apologies. I'm not sure if I should keep on doing this, but I'm doing this because I'm doing the SNA podcast. I'm sorry if I'm looking all tired because it is getting a bit late. I should stop for a while. But anyway, this said Miz and Maurice already have their own show on the USA Network. With the Miz, with being Miz and Mrs. Only time will tell if WWE add even more shows to their roster into their roster. There is a big deal for fans of Montez Ford and Bianca Belair because they are very popular. That being said, Montez Ford's uh, recent heel turn might make it harder to promote the show on TV, but they'll probably mention it several times. And it says at this point, has Hulu has revealed not revealed whenever fans will get an entire drop at once on February 2nd, or whether it will be a weekly show with released on a certain day of the either way. Fans have another reason to subscribe to Hulu now. And yeah, it looks like they're the recent couple, the latest recent couple, Montez Ford and Bianca Belair. They have their own reality show. We've seen plenty of reality shows with some wrestling couples in the past, like from Miz and Mrs. or from the total divas to Ms. and Mrs. But I think this will be a very success. We're going to see some more exclusive things about the EST and one half of the Street Profits, which they're now a married couple. Like see more of them on what their daily livelihood are, and also showing some stuff about what they do outside of the ring, and so a little bit when they are in the ring. That's why I think that's what they're going to show onto this reality show with Bianca and Montez. Like, but what do you think? Do you think it's gonna give them more popularity into the pop culture and mainstream, or do you think they're better off without a reality show? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And for those that's watching, are you gonna be watching? Are you already subscribed on Hulu, or you're about to? Like, just comment that down below. Like, whenever you're ready. And also, let's see. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna comment that down below whenever you want. We got some Big E news as he gives a best update. That he can about WWE in ring return. And this says from from the former WWE champion and New Day member. Big E had quite a run in WWE, and he even picked up the company's biggest title in the process. Through through it all, fans certainly miss him, and they are wondering then he will make a return to the ring. Sadly, it doesn't seem like that answer is available yet. It says right here. It says right here on March 11th, 2022, during a match on SmackDown, Big E took an overhead belly-to-belly suplex from Ridge Holland. Big E experienced a mishap that led him into landing on the top of his head. That unfortunate incident resulted in a broken neck. Top to be more precise, he sustained fractures in both his C1 and C2 vertebrae. While this was undoubtedly a tragic occurrence, considering his size and age, it could have potentially result in a more more sever sever more severed like all altering or even fatal injury. Onto the Busted Open Radio, Big E was asked there was any updates regarding a potential return to compete of competition at this point. He doesn't have that information as much as he wishes that wasn't the case. But this is what Big E had to say on the Busted Open Radio, saying, "I wish I had more information for you right now. There is really no timeline. I've been to a few different doctors who who has looked over my scans. I don't have any issues. I feel great, but I broke my C1 in two different places. It's called a Jefferson fracture, and and because because of the nature of the fracture, takes big it takes longer. I mean, longer to heat. And he also says in this initially they told me 3 months. I've thought 3 months, and I would be to rest back to wrestling, but things ended up being more complex. There are chances I might take with a broken forearm or finger, and even a ACL injury. I've had I had before I started wrestling when I was 23, at and at the time I was like, if I die in the ring doing what I love to do, I love, so be it. I'm 37. I'm 37 right now, and you see, life definitely, and you have other things to think about. I'm trying to make the best decision for for myself and my health moving forward. I don't have any answers. Like we'll have to see when Big E makes his return to the ring. Hopefully, that will be happening because he seems to be in a good shape, in good shape, happy and ready to get back in front of the fans. If if anything, his participation in WWE's weekly television shows could be a great benefit for them in a non-wrestling capacity. What do you think? When do you think Big E's gonna make his return? And yeah, at last year, in a year and a half ago in March, he wrestled Ridge Holland. He got he got belly to suplex onto the right side of the ringside area, hitting his head in the process, twisting in a bad way in his C1 vertebrae, which he cracked that in a C2. But it said it already healed from the over a year and a half ago. Like, and then he said he feels like he's fully clear, but he don't have no results that he can get the green light of stepping back in the ring yet. Like, because the doctors still haven't confirmed that yet. Like, but when do you think it's gonna be confirmed? And do you think he's gonna return to WWE? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. But anyways, we're gonna move on to some more news now. As WWE NXT star gets ready for their second ever match. And it looks like get ready to pump up the adrenaline wrestling fans, because WWE is about to drop a bombshell on NXT Level Up. And it says right here, and it says here in a life. And then let's see. And it says getting. Oh no! I look at this. Remember the buzz back in August when Bear Hill burst onto the scene in a skin titillating match against Miles Bourne. My bad, not Bone. Miles Bourne. I didn't see the R there. Like well, brace yourself for a rematch that's bound to set the ring on fire tomorrow night's episode like features like Bear Hill once again locking horns with Whitborn, and fans are on the edge over the edge of their seats. I mean, to see who will emerge victorious. But he, but here's the kicker, folks. If you if you tally up if you tally up all of Bear Hill Bear Hill matches, including the ones at non-televised house shows, you'll you'll find that he's got just 8 matches under his belt, including the one that's that's set to blow set to blow your mind tomorrow night. Talk about a a meteoric a med a med a med to meta to teo med a med a meteoric rise in the making. And it said right here, notorious. It says, but that's not all the action-packed excitement NXT Level Up has in store for you, alongside Barry Hill versus Born, the 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 electricity, the elect the electrified, I should say, Ivy Nile will. Ivy Niles will take on the fierce of Valentina Fiols, and it said and, and is promising a battle that will leave you breathless. Remember, Niles recently appeared on Raw alongside the explosive Creed brothers. She's got the fire in her veins. And it says right here, and and last certainly not least, get ready for a for a showdown of uh, epic pride proportion as Dante Chan and Or Menza, the show's seasoned regular, locked horns, locked the horns like in a match that's sure to bring the house down. This is right here. So mark your calendar and set your alarms because tomorrow night's NXT Level Up is a multi-man match, which is going to be a multi-man match, which I'm not sure I'll watch that. But yeah, what do you think about about NXT Level Up was getting more extra special for the event, y'all? Let me know in the comment section right down below. And we're gonna move on to the next news now. But anyways, we got some John Cena, Solo Sikoa, and more news about Solo Sikoa from John Cena to enter exclusive group of uh, John Cena's opponent at WWE Crown Jewel. And it says, according to this article, Solo Sikoa's run onto the main roster has been nothing short of phenomenal, as WWE clearly has big plans for him. He is set to face John Cena this week at Crown Jewel and now Sikoa will be joining a rare list of John Cena's opponents at the event. WWE begins setting up a feud between John Cena and Solo Sikoa back in September, and fans were excited about the prospect two of the two battled Sikoa at Crown Jewel on November 4th. Is that according to WWE stats on Twitter, if November 4th, according to WWE stats on Twitter, it was it was pointed out that Solo Sikoa will have his first singles premium live event match against John Cena. Like will join everybody else. We will join the rare list of others WWE's stars who had their first premium live event match against John Cena. And who think, like I said before, and I'll say it again, who's going to win this match and why? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're going to move on to the next news now. As of the former WWE superstar reappears on company's internal roster, and it says right here, original page from the article, saying WWE has signed up a few WWE WWE superstars since Triple H took control of the operation, and now creative is going in his vision, and plenty of WWE superstars are very loyal to the game. It appears that he has re-signed one of the these. Is that bear on re-sign on one of these favorites, and that wrestler being Kairi Sane decided to leave WWE years ago, and she went back to Japan after quite a run back at home. She has set her sights to WWE comeback. Now she is even closer to that return. It says right here, according to WrestleVotes, reports that Kairi Sane's name has reappeared on the internal WWE roster. This is a long time coming, and it also followed a lot of speculation, but it finally appeared. I mean, finally happened, I should say. And it says right here, after what feels like a month of speculations I'm told Kairi Sane has reappeared on the internal talent roster. Her return to the company is imminent. And what do you think about a return? Like after a long 2.5 years away from WWE, back home to Japan, even when I believe she was the inaugural IWGP Women's Champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling until this year, in the beginning of the year in February, that Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks, beat her for that title. and she also wrestled in a couple of matches, like even in this recent multi-women matches at Stardom, like it was like a 6-woman tag match, but it looks like Kairi Sane could make a return because of this report of the simple fact that she's on the internal roster. And what brand do you think is that she's going to be on? It also reported that she could be on either of the shows on the main roster. And what do you think? What's next for Kairi Sane? Is she gonna be on Raw or is she gonna be on SmackDown? I think she's gonna be on SmackDown. Just give her about a month, and she's gonna be in a 3-way program with the Empress of Tomorrow and the Genius of the Sky over the WWE Women's Championship, and possibly before the year is over, right before the year is over. I believe she's going to main event SmackDown, being one of the 3 ever Japanese women in a triple threat main event match for a WWE Women's Championship. But start sounding off in the comments below. Okay, we got some Seth freaking Rollins news now. Seth Rollins reveals why he avoid watching his own WWE matches. It says Seth Rollins is a shoe and WWE Hall of Famer, and he's worked hard to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He may have a laundry list of great matches behind him, but he can't watch any of them. Seth Rollins, a well-regarded figure in the wrestling world, has been consistently recognized by fans as a prominent athlete, primarily within the wrestling ring. Many fans would rank him among the best, but he may not be eager to be. I mean, to not to be to do so, not as eager to do so. It says over recent years, Rollins has experienced a series of injuries that have in sorry about that has impede has impeded his progress. Yet many enthusiastic as many as enthusiastic maintain their belief in his status as one of the sport's finest in ring talent. He is a perfectionist, a perfectionist in the ring, and strives to bring the most he can out of opponents. And it says right here, while doing my last meal video, Seth Rollins spoke about how many of his own matches he's watched. He doesn't like to view his own work because those little imperfections drive him nuts. And then he said, "You find things little perfections in everything that you do. I'll go have a match or a segment or a promo, and I'll come back and every and everybody will have told me all of these great things about it, but I get to a point where I can't watch my own matches back. I'll have the match and I'll go, that felt really good. I had this I'll have this amazing connection with the audience. I felt like everything went the way I and I thought it would go. What was going to go in my head. My maybe better. I'm living on this high of ad adi adina or a- adren adrenaline. But if I go back and watch it instead of being able to enjoy it the same way, I'll I'll just say sugar honey iced tea. It's over. All the, I'll just sugar honey iced tea all over it. He didn't say sugar honey iced tea, of course. It said the S word, but I was trying to be a PG way of saying it. But anyways, it said adrenaline can change a lot of things at the moment that something is going down. It's interesting to see that Seth Rollins faced these own issues in his career. And it says right here, Seth Rollins, this next match is set to take place at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. He will defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre, but odds are he won't be watching that match back on the way home. And what do you think about Seth Rollins admitting that he does not watch his matches? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. I just think like how he cannot watch his own matches. Like every single wrestler that I know besides him go back and watch the match and they have plenty of things to say about it, especially when they're in interviews or making a video in general or being like making a video on YouTube or any social platform or video like platform to talk about their opinions onto their wrestling matches in general and what they do like before and after they are in that ring in their match. Like, but yeah, that's very unusual for a wrestler like him to admit that he's not does not watch his match back. Like go back and watch it. Like wow, like that's very unusual for a wrestler to do. Like even though he lived it and he's seeing himself fighting in a match, but like I don't understand how he cannot watch back and go trip down the memory lane. But yeah, but it, but but yeah. But yeah, like it looks like when he faces whether if he wins or loses against Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship, expect the visionary and the revolutionary and the drip god, like not to watch this match back at after their Saudi Arabia event. But where win, lose, or draw. But who do you think's gonna win the World Heavyweight Championship match? Do you think are you rooting for Team Rollins or Team McIntyre? Let me know down below. We're gonna finish off this video with some more Crown Jewel news. Now is WWE convinced about major weather issues for Crown Jewel event. And it says right here, according to this news article, WWE is preparing for another show in Saudi Arabia, which is Crown Jewel. Will be here. And he's like, will be here before we know it. And the company's talent and staff wants to put on a great show, but weather may be an issue this time around. Fans have come to expect a lot from those afternoon premium live events, but they won't be. They don't. They won't be getting press conference. They may get rain instead, which could be a real switch up and not in the plans at all. And it says right here, according to a BWE report, which is a proven WWE, proven to be a WWE insider, I should say, of course, that noted that they're on the private X account that WWE is worried about the weather ahead of Crown Jewel. The Mahamed the Mahamed I'll say the Mahamed Abdul Arena. I should say the Mahamed Abdul Arena in Riyadh could be a wet show for fans. And this is what BWE had to say. The only thing everyone is worried about are the supposed heavy rain, the supposed heavy rain coming in this weekend. WWE also runs outdoor stadiums with a canopy for many reasons. Not only does it give them somewhere to hand production requirement like lights, but they also get to protect the ring in case it starts raining. And it says right here, only time will tell how WWE Crown Jewel turns out. Hopefully, they won't have any weather issues because heavy rains may also keep superstars grounded in Saudi Arabia after the show is over. What's your take on WWE's on taking these trips to Saudi Arabia? Let us know what you think about this in the comments section. And do you think it's gonna be some heavy rains, or is it gonna be or are they gonna wait until after the show or right before the show? Or when do you think, is it gonna rain, or do you think they're gonna be okay during the show, like with them being rainless at that time in Saudi Arabia? But sound off in the comments. We're gonna figure that out in a day and a half from now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, click the bell notification so you won't miss when I upload my upcoming videos. And tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing the Friday Night SmackDown review like I do every week, which will be the 103rd episode, along with the 104th episode of both SmackDown and Rampage, Part 12s, and which I usually do like every week. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and give me a huge thumbs up and let me know which one of these news articles was your favorite one in the comments section right down below. And also share it with your friends all over social media. I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin. This was the 102nd episode of the SNA podcast. And I hope y'all have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night when I'm making the wrestling news video. But for now, I'm about to rest. But before that, I'm going to eat some dinner, then I'll rest. But yeah, till we meet again, Super Ninja Austin, the assassin, is out. Good night, everybody. See you guys tomorrow, SNA fans.